Mike Cation rejoining you as we begin our night session here at the Nielsen Pro Tennis Championship. The Ratiwatana brothers, Sanchai and Sonchat, taking on Brian Paige and Tom Fawcett. Sanchai on the deuce side, Sonchat on the ad side. It'll be Tom Fawcett to serve as we get underway. Good start for the youngster. It's Fawcett serving first, 18-year-old from Winnetka here. Played at New Trier High School and is about to go to Stanford, where he'll play for Paul Goldstein, new head coach of the Stanford Cardinal. So excited for Goldstein to return to college tennis. I'm sure Fawcett is as well. What an opportunity for these two, 18 and 19, to play against the Ratiwatana brothers, who are 32 in age. Fawcett, a big serving right-hander. But they certainly do have their hands full, don't they? Nice poach there by Sonchat. I will apologize ahead of time to the Thai fans for the one or two times that I mistake the two Ratiwatana brothers. Might be more than one or two. See already that both Sonchat and Sanchai are looking for opportunities to close and move. Paige and Fawcett will really have their work cut out for them in that respect, keeping balls away from the player at the net. Going to have to be things like that. Big first serves right into the body. Good close by Brian Paige and game points.
First serve.
Paige sends that one over our broadcast booth. Good hold for Tom Fawcett. More than anything, just allows Paige and Fawcett to settle into this match. They have a game in their book, and now they can just kind of play their game, whatever that may be. The Ratiwatana brothers, 2 ATP titles to their name. Coming in Bangkok, 2007. Chennai in 2008, 4 Challenger finals this year for Sanchai, 3 for Sonchat.
Sanchai, Ratiwatana to serve.
Sanchai will serve first.
Sonchat, Ratiwatana to serve.
Make that Sonchat. Even our chair, Vince, having some issues with that. Having twin brothers myself, I sympathize. 32 years old, from Bangkok. It's a great return from Mr. Fawcett. Paige just left way too much room there.
30-15.
Trying to run around and hit that forehand. He has been bothered by a wrist issue in the last few months. Good movement by Paige at the net, and it's 30-all. This is, as we mentioned, just such an opportunity for these two young players in the Ratiwatana brothers. I think probably expecting a pretty easy match. Have to get up to form here. How about that return? Very excited Brian Paige. A couple of break points here for Paige and Faucet. There's the break. That ball just misses. Sanchai and Sonchat knew it immediately too. Didn't get the quicker call, but Paige and Faucet, a big impression early here. They are up 2-love. See Brian Paige serve for the first time. Paige is listed at 6'3", Fawcett at 6'5", although they look like they're pretty close to the same height. Paige has got a little bit of a hodgepodge of clothing going on. He's not allowed to wear his University of Illinois issued clothing. So he's got some Adidas, some Athletic DNA, some Nike. Fawcett, on the other hand, all Athletic DNA. One of their top young players moving into the collegiate ranks. Fawcett tried to pull away from that ball and cleanly in, of course, 30-15. Paige, as we mentioned, though, just didn't get to play a lot in the University of Illinois lineup this year because of injury. There are hopes for Illinois head coach Brad Dancer that he could be a major part of their lineup over the next several years, the next couple years for sure. Certainly made an impression when he did play.
40-15.
Now 40-15. A couple of holds, 3-love. What a start for Paige and Fawcett here at the Nielsen Pro Tennis Championship.
The greatest champions in tennis have made their names at the US Open. Now you can connect your name with this world-class event and become a champion of a great cause by ordering a personalized paver on the Avenue of Aces at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center, home of the US Open. You'll be supporting the work of USTA Serves, which seeks to improve the lives of at-risk youth and people with disabilities through the powerful combination of tennis and education. Be a champion. Order your paver today.
It's the first time the Ratiwatana brothers have been in the States, at least playing, since 2012 at the US Open. Last time before that, Tiburon, 2011. So these are very talented twins that don't get often over here to the States. Happy to have them on the USTA Pro Circuit. This is not exactly what they were hoping for in terms of a start. We'll see what happens here in the next couple of games as maybe they settle in. This is going to be Sanchai. He'll be serving.
Quickly, please. Thank you. Sanchai, Ratiwatana to serve.
Well, this is certainly
About 15.
shocking. Paige takes that ball early on the backhand side, rips it down the line, goes for some alley work early.
All.
The Ratiwatana brothers, though, 3 challenger finals together this year, 4 challenger titles last year, 8 in 2012. Another strong return from Paige, but that's a ball he has to get back in play. Just looked a little bit unprepared for the depth on that volley to his forehand side. A little bit late to react to it. Nice composure by Sanchai. Oh, that's a good movement. It misses long, but that's exactly what you want to see from the up man. 40-15. The Ratiwatanas put away from their first game. This one's, right almost into our, wow, that was really close to doing some actual damage there. I've known Brian for a couple years. I'll have to talk to him about that afterwards, trying to damage all the equipment. Paige gets poked there by Sonchat. Just seeing so much more movement from them up at the net, and as they settle in, you will certainly see a lot more of that. Big serving from Tom Fawcett gets it to 15-all.
15-all.
With all that being said, Paige and Faucet are being very active themselves at the net. Perfect serve into the body. haven't seen just fantastic returning from the Ratiwatanas here this evening. These serves into the body have been quite effective. Game points for Tom Fawcett. Fawcett tries to find the room down the alley. Almost reached for that volley, tried to guide it into play. Just misses out wide, 40-30, game point still. Great work.
Deuce. Deciding point.
Soft hands from
choice.
the Ratiwatanas, and they get their first break point. It will be Sonchat to take this on the ad side. Huge serve from Tom Fawcett, fights off that break chance. 4-1, Paige and Faucet maintain their break lead here at the Nielsen Pro Tennis Championship.
Now, tennis is sized just right for kids.
Now it's easier than ever to play an hour a day, every day. There's so much that each of us can do to be healthier. And with all the changes going on in tennis, that's an even better way for kids to get active and have fun. That's a big part of what we're doing with Let's Move.
Over on court number 5, the last remaining match of the day session still going on over there. That's Marcos Giron and Austin Krajicek. Giron recently the NCAA singles champion at UCLA. Lots of rumors about Giron's future at UCLA, or lack of a future at UCLA, but nothing definitive about what he's going to do. Fawcett be joining the Pac-12 shortly. That match at 5-all. We'll keep you updated on that one. Winner of that Giron Krajicek match takes on the winner of our nightcap here on center court. That'll be Devarman and Hiltzik coming up immediately following this one. Just mistakes for the Ratiwatana brothers. It was a double fault for Sonchat. First double fault for the team, first double fault in the match, and it's 30-all.
Yep. 40-30.
Oh, that's a tough mistake for Brian Paige there. That's an easy ball. and one he can drive as well. Game point for the Ratiwatanas. And that might be one where a little bit better communication and comfortability with each other would certainly help out both players, Paige and Faucett, sprinting towards that ball. And it's 4-2. Paige and Faucett have done a fantastic job serving well here tonight. Taking a look at their first serve percentage, it is at 61%, only lost 2 points on their first serve. Wow. Great hands from Sanchai Ratiwatana
15-all.
to get it to 15-all. Paige looks stunned as that one flicks by him. Three first serves for Brian Paige.
30-15.
The Ratiwatanas immediately are pointing to a mark. Paige had actually stopped. He thought that ball was wide. Yeah, Paige giggling just a little bit. He knows he got away with one there. And it's 5-2, just like that. Another strong hold for Paige Faucett. They control the action here at the Nielsen Pro Tennis Championship.
5 games to 2. First.
Lots of talk here in the last couple days about the collegiate stars that are playing in this tournament here in Winnetka. One of them here, Brian Paige, playing for Illinois. I think that it's pretty clear that Tom Fawcett will make an impact very quickly at Stanford next year. New balls in hand for the Ratiwatanas. It will be Sanchai to serve, trying to stay in this first set. Second straight time that Paige has tried to get right into our broadcast booth. Second double fault in as many games for the Ratiwatanas. Fawcett a little bit gun shy of actually clipping the net, but there's not much that he can do sliding into the net like that. Looks like it's going to be up to Tom Fawcett to close out this first set here. Let's see how these two handle the pressure of trying to take a first set. As Paige mishits another one off into our broadcast booth.
Fawcett Paige lead
5-3.
First set.
It will indeed be Tom Fawcett trying to close out this first set. Fawcett joining a former high school teammate now at Stanford, Robert Steinman, star for the Cardinal. Stanford has actually done pretty well, and I know they had a star about 5 or 6 years ago who played here in the Chicagoland area as well, whose name escapes me. Perfect return from Sonchat Ratiwatana. Misses long. Paige a little nervy on those overheads, doesn't do a whole lot with them. That's a tough ball though in this strong wind, about 15 miles an hour. Now it's more of a crosswind than anything else. 2 points away. Paige returns the favor. He has already been hit here today, gets that one into Sanchai, and set points. 3 of them here for Paige and Faucet. Again, Fawcett looking for that first ball down the line. Trying to guide it once again. 40-30, misses out on the first set point. That was certainly nervy there as well for Fawcett. We'll take this one. It's going to be Sonchat on the ad side. Third set point. The return sails long. Ratiwatana's in a bit of trouble here, down first set 6-3. Paige and Fawcett looking for a huge upset here. Live streaming on the USTA Pro Circuit.
The first day stepping on the court, I couldn't keep up. That motivated me to step up my game. When I reach a goal, I set a new one the next day. And my next goal is to go to college. Mastering the court takes persistence. So does getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Looks like we're about to return here. The Ratiwatana brothers will serve first. Fawcett looking a little bit nervy during that last game, and it will be interesting to see how they handle things once they get closer here in the second set, potentially in a match tiebreak. I certainly did not expect to see the Ratiwatanas miss as many volleys as they have here today, just looking a little bit loose, a little bit lax, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't miss that one. Sitting up high on the forehand side. The beautiful kick serve, and Paige trying to hit a forehand there, needs to feel comfortable enough taking that ball on the backhand side and taking a rip. Tries to do just a little bit too much with it. Game points for the Ratiwatanas. Really like that ball from Sonchat Ratiwatana to take that ball early and just go for a drop volley and make your opponent earn that one. Taking a look, you'll see Fawcett trying to sprint up here to get that ball, tries to really swing through that, needs to just roll that ball back and play. Over on court number 5, first set has just wrapped up. Austin Krajicek finishing things with an ace in the tiebreaker, wins the tiebreak 7-5 over Marcos Giron. Giron is one of a pair of UCLA Bruins that have now knocked off Sam Groth after Mackenzie McDonald did it earlier today here on our stadium court. So McDonald and Giron both have wins over Sam Groth. Who'd have thought that? Certainly no other college team with that to their credit. If Fawcett and Paige can continue serving like this, they've got a real shot. Obviously, with just a match tiebreak, you have to think that the Ratiwatanas have a real opportunity to come back, but Paige and Fawcett are now serving at 68% on the day and winning 80% of those first serve points. They're down to winning just 40% of their second serves, but if they can keep that serve percentage close to 70%, the opportunity is there.
40-50.
Game point for Tom Fawcett. It's a great hold.
One game all, second set.
They have not looked too phased here. Sanchai, Ratiwatana now to serve. We lost one ball out into the alley, and one of our ball kids goes to pick it up. I say alley, I don't know what else to call it here, right behind our court, in between the indoor facility and the outdoor facility. Yep.
$15. $30.
Fawcett and Paige both questioning that call on the far baseline.
$40.
First ace, make that second ace of the day for the... No, that is the first ace of the day for the Ratiwatanas. Followed by the third double fault. Still some game points for 2-1. Simple stuff, the Ratiwatana brothers. 2-1. We're on serve here in the second set at the Nielsen Pro Tennis Championship.
Join the United States Tennis Association and make a difference in your life. Play in USTA leagues and tournaments. Get Tennis Magazine and Tennis 1530 digital magazine for a full year and score this official US Open hat. And when you join, you'll also make a difference in the lives of others because your membership helps the USTA give millions to communities across America. Start making a difference today. To join, call 1-888-TRY-USTA. The USTA, making tennis make a difference.
Mike Cation rejoining you here in Winnetka, the first of 5 stops on the USTA Pro Circuit in the next 6 weeks, all on the hard court, and this is such a tough change of pace for a lot of our players who are coming from the grass courts. Not the case for either of these two teams who have been playing on a few hard courts of late. Paige and Faucet especially have just been in the States. Brian Page was unable to enter qualifying because he had already signed up for a futures event in Pittsburgh, but was able to get into doubles with a wild card. Boy, that didn't miss by much.
15 love.
The Ratiwatanas are looking up into the crowd, and the crowd all looking at each other. This is going to be tough to see on this replay, but it's hard to see clear space. But boy, that's a very close ball. Not the best volley, a little off balance from Paige. Brian from Wheaton, Illinois, has a couple of siblings, younger siblings, that also going to be pretty decent tennis players, he tells me. And that's what you expect to see from the Ratiwatana's very soft hands and just continuing to put balls at the feet of the much taller Paige and Faucet team. Fawcett finds it. It's a huge point, too.
30-all.
Only faced a single break point throughout this match. Have Fawcett make that 2. Had one in that final game of the first set as well. What a serve from Brian Paige. Again, Paige and Fawcett playing very well on the 30-all points here today. Off the racket of Fawcett, and it's deuce. Another break chance here from the Ratiwatanas. Their 3rd break point of the day. Once again, it will be Sonchat. Unreal. Very impressed from Paige and Fawcett and their ability to come up with those big serves on the crucial points here today. Decent little slice serve out wide. Paige has been cheating a little bit towards the center, trying to have the opportunity to hit that forehand. Doesn't look comfortable on the backhand side. Again, just a missed volley. It's Sanchai who's trying to poach there. Has had at least 2 these last 2 service games for Sonchat that have clicked off of his racket off the frame. Wow.
15-30.
Just an uncomfortable day for Sanchai Ratiwatana.
Stop. 30-all.
Yeah, sorry. Here we go.
That is sky high. That has a shot. Smart decision to send that ball onto the roof, not give Paige and Fawcett a chance.
40-30.
Almost spun back.
Game, Ratiwatana.
A hold for the Ratiwatanas. 3-2. They haven't faced a break point since they were broken in the second game. More coming up here at the Nielsen Pro Tennis Championship.
Tennis can connect our servicemen and women with each other, their families, and their communities. First Lady Michelle Obama and I started joining forces to encourage all Americans to step up and support servicemen and women and military families. Joining forces is proud to have partners like the USTA, whose support honors the courage and sacrifice of our military families. Find out how you can get involved at joiningforces.gov, because it's our turn to serve.
Mike Cation rejoining you. Don't forget, coming up immediately following this one, Jared Hiltzik, Somdev Devarman. Hiltzik getting a wild card into this tournament. Devarman, the 6th seed, former top 100 player. Jared Hiltzik, another University of Illinois player, teammates with Brian Paige. In that point.
Love 15.
Love 15. Amazing to think about the fact that Ratiwatanas have only had 2 break chances here on the day. Again, Fawcett and Paige continuing to win these huge first serve points and serving at about 70%. That's where they've had problems on these second serves. Would have loved to see Paige look for that ball in the center of the court. Instead, 15-30. Again, a little bit of a glimpse here for the Ratiwatanas. Best point of the day. Wonderful hands from Brian Paige at the net, answering some questions there.
30-all.
Ratiwatana's just firing away at the youngster. Combined age difference in this match, 27 years. Yet Paige and Fawcett looking very composed at another game point. Again, just controlling things on their first serve. Are Fawcett and Paige. 3 games all. Only 2 aces to speak of here tonight. Ratiwatana's really having some discussions and looking like they're having a little bit of a disagreement. Poach coming, it looks like. Paige going for the spectacular. He saw that yesterday Kokonakis was able to take one from outside the post, bend it back in. Instead hits the Nielsen USTA Pro Tennis Championship sign. himself in some trouble there. He's trying to work around that backhand. As we mentioned, a wrist injury has prevented him from playing full capacity on that backhand side for the last several months. How about that return? Ripped.
15-30.
Again, no break chances for Paige and Faucet since the second game of this match where they were able to get a break. Major opportunity here on a second serve. Paige starting to feel it in this moment. He's shocked that he missed that ball, but that's such a driven volley right into his backhand side. 30 all, can he pick up break point here? Tries to go into the alley, big smile on his face, relishing this opportunity to play in front of a big crowd here at Stadium Court here at the AC Nielsen tennis facility in Winnetka. Game point though for the Ratiwatanas. The net court roll, the Ratiwatanas will take it. They need it. 4-3, ball change when we return to the Nielsen Pro Tennis Championship.
Ratiwatana lead 4-game.
Now, tennis is sized just right for kids.
Now it's easier than ever to play an hour a day, every day.
Now you see some of this good crowd on hand, and unfortunately our night session got canceled last night because of really some severe weather. Now, finding out there were 2 tornadoes in the area yesterday. Good decision to cancel last night's play a little bit early, just in case, and didn't want any of our spectators to have any danger. But yeah, these crowds in Winnetka are good year in and year out. This is year 2 for me here in Winnetka. Happy to be back in the north suburbs of Chicago. Going to be joined in a few minutes by Brad Dancer, head coach at the University of Illinois. Has to be thrilled to seeing what he's seeing from Brian Paige here today.
15 left.
Tom Fawcett, of course, a future star at Stanford. And you can see both of these guys have the body type to be very successful out on tour.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Easy forehand volley. Just making it look pretty simple is Brian Paige. Not quite that angry Sam Groth type of a smack. Big first serve up the tee. Went away from 4 all. A hold at love for Brian Paige.
4 games all, second set.
Crunch time though. thing to serve like that. It's another one to find a way to get a break chance. They've had little glimpses at it in this set, but haven't been able to put it together. Oh my. Sonchat missing that ball. Again, they are playing in a deficit situation, are the Ratiwatanas. This is a team with a combined doubles ranking of 188. And misses that one as well. Unbelievable stuff here. Love 30.
Let's go, Brian. Come on.
Again, just a little bit of miscommunication between Paige and Faucet, who should get that ball. As a result, tons of open court for the Ratiwatanas. You can see Fawcett trying his best to scramble back just past him. Three balls now into our broadcast booth with a little bit of pace. Don't worry, boss, I'm doing my best to protect the equipment, not me. It was that love 30 point that was the more missed opportunity. But again, it really started on that love 30 point with Paige trying to hit a forehand from the center of the court, leaving a lot of space open on the deuce side. I think all four players believed that that serve was long. All four of them, in fact. Ratiwatana's apologizing for it. It's 5-4 Ratiwatana's on serve with Paige and Faucet here in Winnetka.
The greatest champions in tennis have made their names at the US Open. Now you can connect your name with this world-class event and become a champion of a great cause by ordering a personalized paver on the Avenue of Aces at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center, home of the US Open. You'll be supporting the work of USTA Serves, which seeks to improve the lives of at-risk youth and people with disabilities through the powerful combination of tennis and education. Be a champion. Order your paver today.
Mike Cation with you here in Winnetka. Mike C. Tennis, a lot of buzz about that earlier match that we had going on here on Stadium Court with Maggie McDonald knocking off Sam Groth in 3 sets, 6-3 in the third. A lot of people, I wouldn't say surprised, but just very impressed with McDonald. Going to put a headset here on Brad Dancer, head coach at the University of Illinois. Going to join us for a couple games here, watching one of his student athletes, Brian Paige. Of course, as soon as you sit down, misses that high backhand volley. Brad, it's obviously, we've talked in Champaign. You have a challenger at your home base at the Atkins Tennis Center, but it's also a great opportunity to watch some of your guys up here in Winnetka, and they work with you at the University of Illinois, don't they?
Yeah. It's this tournament's kind of a second home for us with the Illini. We get to come up here every year, and it's kind of fun to tie it into all that. We see a lot of coaches that we recruit with as well, so it's always a fun week for us.
Paige and Faucet serving very well here today, and that's really been the story. I know Fawcett is a guy you've seen quite a lot over the last couple of years.
Tom's one of my favorite young men. He's a young man that we recruited really heavily, and he's got a tremendous family, and just he's got the whole package. Smart and great tennis player. Just a great person as well. It's kind of fun to watch BP and Tom play together.
30 all.
A lot of height between them. 6'3", 6'5" is what they're listing at. But yeah, they're playing very well, and they're playing up to the moment, which is something you always like to see as a college coach.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes you never know how guys are going to handle it. And I think, you know, just talking about the difference between this and a dual match. It's a, you know, they're both big moments, and it's a different type of moment, though. And I think it's great to see Brian excel and Tom really rise to the occasion as well.
Amazing. Paige and Faucet have really handled these big moments, these 30-all moments, incredibly well through this match.
Yeah, that was a pretty good second serve there, right there from Tom. He slid it in the body, and I know that set point in the first set, you know, they had the triple set point, and the first two were a little shaky. Came up with a good second serve there.
Game point once again for Tom Fawcett.
Deciding point, receiver's choice.
Second break point of this second set. Thanks to Sam Groth for stopping by the broadcast booth momentarily.
Sam's got a great competitive spirit of mind. He's always fun to watch.
Yeah.
Unbelievable intensity. I know people in Champaign love to come watch him play.
There's the break, and the second set for the Ratiwatanas, taking it 6-4. We're headed to a match tiebreak coming up in just a couple minutes. Brad, we'll stick here for just a minute, if you don't mind, Brad. This gives us an opportunity just to talk a little bit about the next match as well. Jared Hiltzik, one of your guys, is going to be taking on Somdev Devarman, and that's a huge opportunity. Jared, though, has struggled a little bit over the last couple weeks. What's he going to have to do to beat a guy who's a top 100 player?
That's going to be really tricky, number one, because Somdev, you know, every point there's so much decision-making involved, and then on top of that, Somdev does a great job at hitting his serve spots, so I think he catches you off guard with the serving, and so you never feel at ease against him. It's not like you can come out and just trade blows with him or something like that. So there's a lot of decision-making that goes on, and I think with the wind here tonight, that makes it even more even more difficult in terms of just the tactical aspects of it. But I think, again, it's going to be good for Jared. I think he's a guy that he does, you know, knock on wood, does pretty well in big moments, and he's performed really well for us as a college player. But I'm interested to see against Somdev, who forces him to play some offense, and how he's able to capitalize on that.
I think you have to give the Ratiwatanas a little bit of an edge here going into a match tiebreak. They've experienced this quite a bit more. And Brian's a guy, and we talked about it a little bit before you got here, Brad, who's dealt with a wrist injury throughout most of the dual season, so just hasn't had a lot of match experience.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny. I feel like they've, you know, from an experienced doubles team there, they really haven't picked on that much this match. Been very surprising. So watch him do that every point here in the tiebreaker.
Boy, right into the body. The Ratiwatanas again asking for a line call. It's been a rough day. A lot of our players have been questioning calls throughout, but that will happen.
Yeah, whether that's in or out, I'd like to see Paige seal that off a little bit better. That was a good body serve from Fawcett again. Yeah, it's a good sign.
And obviously Fawcett going to be attending Stanford next year. It's I know for me, I always really enjoyed watching Paul Goldstein. It's good to see him back in the college game.
Paul's a good friend, and I think, as everybody feels, what a great hire for them, and keeping it in the family, and, you know, one of the winningest junior and college players of all time.
Return winner for Fawcett gets us back level at 2. He's a very experienced doubles player. I've known you a long time, Brad. I know you get a little nervous during these type of moments. These are the big ones, and it's more so you just want to see your guy and some of the things that you've been working on. You want to see that hard work pay off in a moment like that.
Yeah, that's, you know, right there. I think both these returns in that second ball just maybe not as loose and as flowing as Paige should be. And that's great for a serve. Great for a serve. And when you've got a good serve, then obviously those are the times that sometimes that can rescue you a little bit and get you flowing a little bit more. Because I think those first 2 returns from him were just a little bit stiff, and that's his teammates' nickname for him, you know, the big stiff. So you gotta keep getting him some WD-40 and I'm gonna keep him loose.
We'll keep you quiet over here. We don't want any coaching questions over here, but. This is a big moment again, 3-all. Fawcett just catches the line there.
2 great serves from BP.
Absolutely.
4-3, Fawcett, Paige.
Did you talk with Brian before this match about what he needed to work on and focus on in this match?
Briefly, very, very briefly. You know, his dad's here as well, who's his coach growing up, so I know he wanted to spend a lot of time with his dad in this as well.
Yep. There's that mini break for Paige and Fawcett.
5-3.
Definitely fortunate pickup there from Paige.
Absolutely. That one sent over and just behind us here.
5-4, Fawcett.
But with that mini break in hand, you can certainly afford to miss one, but a couple big serves coming up for Fawcett. Yeah, we saw Mackenzie McDonald in the match earlier handle those big moments very well as well. It just really shows college tennis prepares you for these moments.
Yeah, if you see that get that Mackey had a match point down, that was an incredible point.
Wow.
5-all.
That's a pretty decent little return. That's not bad. 5-all here in the breaker. It's tough to go through a player like that, but that's exactly what they did. That's Sonchat, Ratiwatana. A little miscommunication, but you want to see both players going for that ball, but neither one able to get a good racket on it. And now the Ratiwatana's up a mini break.
Yeah, that's one of the things we sometimes talk about is as a server, you really only go with that returner's partner if you feel like you can finish the point or end the point. I think it kind of isolates your partner if you go there and don't have a distinct advantage.
these returns have gotten up, and as a result, the Ratiwatanas 7-5 here as we make the turn. I think some of the fans think that we're done here. This is I think that might be what they're thinking. We've got a little bit longer to go here, folks.
See if these young boys can keep battling and give them their money's worth.
Yeah, now I see some people who are looking around and wondering exactly what's happening. But yeah, we're playing to 10 here. A little bit of an opportunity still for these youngsters to make a comeback. Perfect. 8-5. 5 straight points for the Ratiwatanas. This is where the experience pays off. Now we hear some encouraging applause for the local guys.
No, and it's interesting. You go back to that second serve return that Brian had, and at the time he said you can afford it. Sometimes you can,
exactly.
Sometimes you can't.
Well done. Good close.
He's worked really hard on his movement coming forward and being strong on his legs, and that was a great example of all that stuff paying off right there.
Could use one more big first serve here to force the Ratiwatanas to close it out with 2 serves. It's exactly what you want. That's what you want to see as a coach, isn't it?
You called that one, Cation. I like it. Started calling for big returns here.
I'm not allowed to root for anybody, Mr. Dancer. I formation, first time we've seen this from the Ratiwatanas. Oh, just misses.
9-7.
Brian looking over here
yeah.
to get a call from either one of us. Match points here for the Ratiwatanas.
First serve.
There you go. Oops.
Yeah, you're allowed to cheer. It's all right. Sorry, but he has been trying to avoid that backhand return throughout the day, run around it, and then finally hits a backhand and hits it very cleanly.
That surprised me, to be honest. Normally Brian has a great backhand return, but since the surgery, it's been a little hesitant.
Good stuff. 9-all. We make the turn. That's pretty impressive stuff from the youngster. Paige 19, Fawcett 18. I think they really liked having that applause there when they made the turn.
Absolutely. I just think it's great to see these guys, and like you said earlier, just enjoying the moment, and you know, they're not scared of this moment. So, especially fighting off those match points right there with some good shots.
And again, if you are just joining us, the Ratiwatanas have 2 ATP titles to their credit. This is a very difficult team. 1 challenger title for them this year, coming in Busan. 4 last year, 8 in 2012. First to 2. That's a great return, just right to the ankles.
10-9, Ratiwatana.
Tough ball. And another match point for the Ratiwatanas.
Game, set, match. Ratiwatana.
It's tough, but the Ratiwatanas, the top seeds, are moving on. 11-9 in this final set. A standing ovation from this crowd. And Brad, just talk about what you see from Paige and Faucet that encourages you for the future of collegiate tennis here.
Yeah, I mean, you got two guys representing American college tennis in a great manner, and you know, obviously the Ratiwatanas are classy guys every time they play Champaign, and then you see them at ATPs. I think everybody loves their spirit that they compete with, and I just think with Paige and Faucet, you know, they embody what it's all about. They're both good students. They're great guys. They play hard, and I think tonight is a good experience for both these guys and help them in this coming season.
All right, Jared Hiltzik, another one of your guys coming up next against Somdev Devarman, and we certainly appreciate you joining us, and enjoy the next one, all right?
Thanks, Mike.
We'll be back in about 15 minutes live streaming here on the USTA Pro Circuit.
I know it's always...